This video is in response to an email I received, and we'll discuss a multiple choice bar exam question concerning diversity, subject matter jurisdiction, and removal. So here's the email I received. Hi there. I watched your video about diversity jurisdiction on YouTube. The MBE has a sample test with a question on diversity jurisdiction that baffles me. I'm reproducing it below. A woman from State A filed an action against a retailer in a state court in State B. The complaint alleged that the retailer had not delivered $100,000 worth of goods for which the woman had paid. 20 days after being served, the retailer, which is incorporated in State C and has its principal place of business in State B, filed a notice of removal in federal district court in State B. Was the action properly removed? A, no, because the removal was not timely filed. B, no, because the retailer is a citizen of State B. Yes, because the parties are citizens of different states and more than $75,000 is in controversy. Yes, because the retailer is a citizen of both State B and State C. The email continues. I thought the right or best answer was C, because the woman is described as being from State A, and therefore there would be diversity with the retailer. It is a citizen of States B and C. The MBE answer key says the answer is B. And then the student asks, any thoughts about what I'm missing here? Yeah, I do have some thoughts. This is a great question. Thanks very much. So let's first look at our rules for diversity subject matter jurisdiction. So usually no plaintiff can be a citizen of the same state as any defendant, and the amount in controversy must exceed $75,000. Now, let's also keep in mind our rules for citizenship. So for a natural person, we just need to look at the place of permanent residence. Every natural person has one place of citizenship. But now for incorporated entities, things are different because we can have more than one state of citizenship. So that's going to be the state in which the entity is incorporated, as well as the entity's principal place of business, which is considered its nerve center or headquarters. So a corporation incorporated in Delaware, headquartered in California, will be a citizen of both Delaware and California. So was there diversity in this question? Well, we were told that plaintiff's a citizen of State A, and we were also told that the defendant, retailer, is incorporated in State C with a principal place of business in State B, so the defendant's a citizen of States B and C. So yes, there is diversity. The amount in controversy is $100,000, apparently, which is greater than $75,000. So plaintiff from State A, defendant from States B and C, amount in controversy, $100,000. Now we know that at the outset, there could have been federal subject matter jurisdiction based on diversity because the parties are diverse, the plaintiff is not from the same state as the defendant, and the amount in controversy exceeded $75,000. Good. But this case wasn't filed in federal court. It was filed in state court. So what's our rule for removal? Well, removal based on diversity says the defendant can remove the case to federal court within 30 days after receipt of the complaint by the defendant, but he can't remove to federal court if the defendant is a citizen of the state in which the case was filed. So in our example here, we have a defendant from New Jersey being sued in New York State court. So yes, he can remove to federal court in New York based on diversity. But if that defendant were from New York and he was being sued by a plaintiff from New Jersey, he could not remove to a New York federal court based on diversity because he's being sued in his home state. So we were told that this case was filed in a state court in State B and that the defendant is a citizen of State B. So, aha. So can the defendant remove to federal court in State B? The answer is no. No, he can't because he's a citizen of that same state. If the defendant's being sued in his home state, he can't remove to federal court based on diversity. Therefore, this defendant is probably stuck in state court because he's not going to be able to remove based on diversity. So looking at our potential answers here, the first one's wrong. The notice of removal was filed timely. It was filed within 20 days, so A's wrong. B is the best answer here because the defendant can't remove because the defendant is a citizen of state B, and that's the forum state. That's the state where this action was filed. Thanks very much for the question. You can visit my website, USLawEssentials.com, and I also provide online tutoring for law students and bar exam students. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.